first game that we have is the Browns versus the Texans. Curious, Pete, who do you got winning this? Looks like the Texans are 2.5-point underdogs here. Casey Keenum looks like he's expected to start, but yeah, curious, Pete, who do you got taking this game?
I gotta go with the Browns for this one. Just watching the way the defense dismantled the Bears this past week, we knew it was a great defense, but then watching it for a full game was truly eye-opening. If Stroud was starting for the Texans, they might have a chance there. And I know Keenum's been okay in relief of Stroud, but Stroud's really been something else. So if he's not going, and Tank Dell has been injured, I really don't like the Texans' chances there. Even with just, Joe Flacco quarterbacking the Browns, I think they have a pretty clear advantage there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, Casey Keenum, he's actually pretty familiar with Stefanski and that team. I feel like Stefanski's going to know his in and outs, his inner weaknesses, and like you're mentioning, like this Browns defense, right? Number one against the pass, and then the Texans had a good game against, I guess, the Titans there, where it was able to run the ball with Singletary, but it's going to be hard. I think a little bit more of a challenge probably against this Browns team, and I think the one thing is like the Texans, they normally don't turn over the ball, albeit that was most of the season with C.J. Stroud, and then like you mentioned,
Right.
Tank Dell is not going to be there anymore, so. Yeah, no, I just agree with that. And, I like what the Browns have been just playing on and, like, having a 38-year-old quarterback kind of just solidify that quarterback spot that's really been up and down for this Browns team, right?
It has been. This is their fourth quarterback, I believe, they've started this season, and they're 9-5 right now, which is just speaks to the rest of their roster and to the coaching as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think this game could actually honestly be, kind of a coach of the year type of game in a way of, you look at Stefanski, obviously maybe less so just like you mentioned, this roster is loaded, right? Probably one of the top rosters from kicker to punter to defense and offense, right? But obviously the Texans with, I think, Demeco Ryan, right? And nobody predicted, I don't think anybody predicted them to be, second or third in this division.
If you go
probably
back to
less.
before the season started, they had the Cardinals. A lot of people predicted the Cardinals to have top two picks because they have the Texans' first round pick, and people just assumed, the Texans are going to be the worst team in the league, and now they're tied for the division lead.
Yeah, no, that's nuts. And I don't know. I've been talking about C.J. Stroud as he ought to have more MVP conversations. I feel like just because he's been building up that. I mean, that offense had nobody, right? Or still has, like, nobody, with respect, but they don't have, a bunch of first rounders. They don't have an Amari Cooper like the Browns, right? Like, they're just a bunch of hodgepodge players, I feel like.
You're right. They have some talent there, and obviously they have, Laramie Tunsil at left tackle. He's one of the best in the business. But it's, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, respect to them and the work they do, but those aren't exactly, it's like you said, it's not Amari Cooper, it's not Devontae Adams. It's Stroud is what it is. He was actually my QB1 for this past draft. I liked him more than Bryce Young. I didn't think he'd be this good. But I thought that he was the best quarterback coming into last year's draft, and he's just exceeded all expectations. I mean, they've really got something special cooking over there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that draft, this previous draft from them, the Texans getting him and Will Anderson, who, he's been pretty good there at the edge position and be able to create pressure, albeit, Texans, they can certainly, I think, this coming off season, if I'm a Texans fan, I'll probably be excited just because, they're able to just probably sign a few free agents and lo and behold, they'll probably be a lot better now.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Well, it looks like we got our pick there from the Texans.